Completing bank reconciliations is a key part of your monthly financial processes. Like a lot of systems, Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central has multiple ways that you can complete this task. This video is going to look at a process that you might use for reconciling your minor bank accounts that don't have too many transactions in them during the month. So let's pop over into Business Central and see how it works. In my bank reconciliation, I've already entered the bank account I want to reconcile, the statement ending date, and the balance of the last statement is populated automatically. Now I'm doing this just from my sample data, so I don't really have a statement ending balance, but you would have your bank statement ending balance in front of you and you could enter that as well. Now this account is with demo data, so it's pretty clean, but in a smaller bank rec you might only have half a dozen transactions, and so you'd be able to see straight away whether the transactions are relevant and on your bank statement. You can use the same sort of process to import a bank statement, or you can use one of the tools that comes shipped with Business Central. Under Process, you've got the option to suggest lines. And by doing so, you can put a start date and an end date. So if you've already got transactions for your new month, you might want to make sure you're cutting that off for your statement ending date. And whether you include checks and reverse transactions. So if I hit OK, that's immediately going to create bank statement lines related to all of the lines I have on the right hand side. If I don't like one of the transactions, so maybe the Greenway Foods isn't actually on my bank statement, then I can just come up to matching and remove the match. Now you might then have additional transactions on your bank statement, such as bank fees. So you can just add those in as a manual line. And that's an outgoing transaction, so it will be a negative. You might have some interest that you've gained, and that's going to be an incoming line, so positive. Now these two lines don't have a entry already in the system to match off to, and I need to process those transactions. So what I can do is I can highlight both of the lines that don't have anything that they're matched to, and use Process, Transfer to General Journal. Choose your template and batch, it will remember it from the last time you did it, and hit OK. And these two lines have now appeared in my General Journal waiting for me to code. So this one's going to go to my bank fees, and this one's going to go to interest. Have I got an interest income? There we go. And I'll need a department code because that's mandatory in my system. The other thing you have to be aware of when you do this is whether or not there's GST related to these lines. If you've set your journal template up so that it doesn't take your GST posting information into the lines, then you're going to have to manually select the general business posting group and product posting group to make sure that GST comes out of the transaction on posting. If you've got those set up and they're already coming in, then you've got to make sure that you take them off for any lines that you don't want tax against if it's the wrong setting. Once I'm happy, I'm going to post those and close my journal and go back to my bank reconciliation. And what you can see is those are automatically matched off. So then I can put my statement ending balance in, and I can go ahead and post my bank rec. All done. So that's a process you might use on your smaller bank recs where you've only got a handful of lines. It would save you downloading your bank statement and then uploading it into the system and running your matches from there.